what's up YouTube? It's your boy Kado here, and I'm back with another video. Back like I never left, man. Alright, but this time I'm deciding to push out 3 to 4 videos a day. I'm starting to see progress, and I just want to continue my progress. I don't want to get comfortable with releasing one video a day or anything. I'm trying to progress. Progression is key. You feel me? Consistency. I can't even say it. But every day, multiple videos. But anyways, I'm getting into gang members trying to be rappers. Let's get into it.
On the hip hop, and it's called drill. And here's what I mean. You got gang members trying to be rappers because the biggest rappers are pretending to be gang members, which makes the gang members think that being a gang member is a ticket to being accepted as a rapper. You follow me? You may have seen my sensational hit piece video called Rappers Pretending to be Gang Members, but let's talk about where the pretending comes from. Because these rappers living in mansions while hanging on Michael Rubin's boat, when they pretend to be something they not, that's what makes these 16-year-old gang members think, hey, we're the same. And it may not seem like that now, but that's because rap has been going on for so long. And for so long, just being a feared individual seemed like the blueprint to being a rapper. Let's get
For real, it just seems like the blueprint. Every kid just, I don't know, I feel like at a young age, you could take control of these kids and set that blueprint. Like, if you do this and you do that and then you start rapping, you're gonna make it. You're a real street. You're a real street nigga. You're a gangster. You're a rapper.
Get into gang members pretending to be rappers. Now in every major city, like always, we have guys in high school out here thugging, and then thinking that that's the blueprint to blow up. And sometimes it is, just being honest here. But a lot of the time, it's just a crash out mission. But let's start with guys that are too old for this. So y'all know I'm from Chicago, right? Shocker. Now we have a guy named Driller, which if you're not in tune with the Chicago drill scene, you have no idea who he is because he's almost 30 and still haven't blew up. Why? He has a song with over 10 million views. Well, it's because that's not what's gonna get you rich, man. It might get you mentioned in a subreddit, but he started a trend that never really stopped. And this trend only led to like 2 out of every 10,000 people doing it to actually get paid. Now he wasn't the first to diss the dead. People were doing it heavy since 2012, but he sure got the most views from.
And it's crazy because he has been around for a minute and he's still in the same situation that he's been in. And as he said, he got millions of views. I don't think this is his only video that he got 1 million views on. Crazy. But you have to be a street nigga to be a rapper.
From it, and in 2018, which was when drill was revived after dying out due to the SoundCloud era, while Famous Dex was at the top as the most famous artist to come out of the city in his generation since Keith and Dirk, doing his lively party music, Von had just got out of jail, Duck just signed a major deal, and Driller dropped 51 dead ops. Now just like that, drill was back. Now look man, I get it bro, I'm from the south side. I used to be just as much into the bullshit as anybody else, but when you diss 50 dead people and damn near 10 years later you still not a millionaire, you just gotta switch it up bro. Because when you diss the dead, they always come back and get you. The most famous guys out of the city to do it recently and blow up are of course the Bloodhounds, but as much as everybody loved Lil Jeff, the real menace, the feds say he would be in jail right now if he was still alive, while his cousin and his homie are almost certainly having a case built against him right now. And bro, in Chicago, you would die before you ever get signed, and in New York, you'll be in the feds right after you get signed. Look at Shy K. The man was a neighborhood hero. Now they got him down on some serious charges. He should have left New York 2 years ago. D-Thang got out and nobody cares about him. While in 2021, he was top 3 in New York. K-Flock. People really be commenting on my New York videos asking who he is. Like, damn, bro. This man was on top in 2021. And the feds dropping new indictments out there every 6 months. In LA, much like Chicago.
Crazy. People don't really know who K-Flock is because that nigga's career was so short. Like, it was short. He came out a couple months and he only lasted a couple months. That's crazy. Cause niggas want to be in the street life so bad.
Y'all music is the most popular where you from, which don't get me wrong, if I'm an LA rapper and California is the only place to listen to my music, you can still get a possible 30 million views a year and you can eat off that. And LAPD is horrible at their job, so we know you're not going to jail, but damn.
On 60th Street, cuz. What the fuck is the city of Los Santos?
We need to look back in time, bro, cause how all the YNs rapping to get rich and ain't none of y'all getting rich? Look at the wave that came before 2018, where everybody was just flexing. Look at YB. He got some disrespectful ass songs, but he got just as many songs where he's speaking from the heart. That's why he can sign a multi-million-dollar deal. And then look at O Block, bro. Every YouTuber with a camera go into y'all hood and exploit y'all for views, but only one of y'all has been grabbed by a label since King Von, and that's Ike Mana, cause he different. You can tell he wasn't one of the people sliding and gliding and stepping on people. He just from the hood, and he know what.
For reals, I watched a video of Ike Mana. He's like real humble and level-headed. Like, you not like, I'm trying to go start on my ops right now, and I got my Glock on me right now. Ass nigga.
Articulate himself, and he genuinely just wanted to make it out. You got to keep some of these guys away from you. I'm not gonna lie, because if the feds ever raid O Block again, you don't want to go down for your homies unless you was out there spending too. Then you just got to take your weight. And then we got 051 Kado. This is a man that been in prison for the last decade. He gets out and takes a piss on King Von's grave. Oh my lord. I know some of y'all say I'm biased against the BDs, which makes no sense, bro. Von whole hood is BDK now. But this is too far. The man is dead, bro. I don't play with God like this. And disrespecting the dead, that's all you doing. The man is against the BD King Von's grave. This is a man that been in prison for the last decade. He gets out and takes a piss on King Von's grave. Oh my lord. I know some of y'all say I'm biased against the BDs, which makes no sense, bro. Von whole hood is BDK now. But this is too far. The man is dead, bro. I don't play with God like this. And disrespecting the dead, that's all you doing. We as black people didn't even used to play with the dead, bro. Like, what would grandma say? My grandma from 71st, and if I ever disrespected the dead, she would probably up on me and then send me to church. And how y'all forget the blueprint given to y'all by the GOAT? The man who risked his life to protect Barack Obama. Keith dissed the whole hood, then got rich and proceeded to rap about.
See that picture right there? Legendary.
His life to protect Barack Obama. Keith dissed the whole hood, then got rich and proceeded to rap about Ferraris and counting money.
My shorty got a go-kart in the Korea, folks. Check them out. Folks, this a real go-kart in the Korea, folks.
And look at Lucky, bro. Another legend from Chicago. He never even hopped on the drill wave, despite the fact that he's always been tied in with them. And he came up with the whole sad boy music. And hey, you ain't got to be sad to understand that's just how he felt. We gotta stop this, and this is why I encourage all the little guys with 50 Dracos in one music video to be YouTubers. Look at this man Bubba in New York, bro. He do more views than any rapper just by having rappers in his vlogs. And not to mention, bro, it's a YouTuber and streamer that's from London that's eating more than some rappers in New York just because he be going to their hood. Shout out to Zion, I know he be reacting to my videos. But look, man, we are not yet past the point where people are getting killed days and even weeks after they drop a diss song. That has never stopped. Look at Lil Durk, bro. I know I joke about him and all that, but I'm not gonna act like people ever played with his name in the streets, at least not that I heard of in Chicago. This man was a real member with real connections. Now he got a small chance at beating his case, but the point is he shouldn't even have no case, bro. You got too much damn money. You another guy that's influencing all of the kids to think this is their only way to get money. Now I'm not advocating for somebody to be a rapper and be a fake gang member, just like I'm not saying it's better for you to be a rapper in a real gang.
It doesn't even matter if you're in a gang or not. Like, nigga, you get signed and you got multi-millions, just get out the way. Go live your life. Niggas be forgetting there's so much more to life than shooting niggas and killing niggas.
Remember, I'm saying you gotta do something else. You gotta do something in the middle, bro. And it's 2025. We're not gonna act like it's...
Go surfing. Go hiking. Go play basketball or something. Go release that energy.
Still 2012 when King Von was tweeting right after he killed somebody and the FBI just wasn't using the internet. They using the internet, bro. They got whole task force whose job it is to watch social media. So you only gang banging and rapping so that you can rap about what you do in the streets, but when you rap about what you do in the
that switch, like, yeah, I got a brand new switchy. Like, yep. Write his name on that list.
Streets. I don't know who told y'all lyrics can be used against y'all, but they can. And most of the time, it's just supporting evidence on what they actually have on you anyway. You are better off just flexing, bro. Look at Keith. Why did Chief Keef, the guy who created drill, as soon as he got rich, did his music become more about flexing than it did about his ops? Most of his music was about his mansion and his cars. And today, he the richest person walking to come out of O Block, except Michelle Obama. Because Von is dead. And if Von wasn't dead, he would be in in jail because the FBI already said that he was the main suspect in the murder of K.I. And if he wasn't gonna be in jail for that, hey look, that case he caught in Atlanta with Lil Durk, bro. We K.I. and in jail because the FBI already said that he was the main suspect in the murder of K.I. And if he wasn't gonna be in jail for that, hey look, that case he caught
that together. That took that long to put that together. When did K.I. get killed? Like 2013, 14? What the fuck?
Out in Atlanta with Lil Durk, bro. We know Von one line about his raps.
King Von would have been indicted in 2019. Shooting, Fulton Country, DA says.
So he would either be in jail in the federal building in Chicago or he would be in prison in Atlanta. When the main thing the guys in the street don't realize is that the internet is way more fascinated with y'all's stories, which means that you don't have to tell your story through a song, bro. I ain't gonna lie, y'all gotta stop being too gangster to vlog. Take Capone, bro. This a man that nobody in Chicago doubted was a shooter, no matter what they tried to put on his name. But today, he a father and he just telling his story, bro. He not dissing nobody. He
be out the way. He's making videos. He's making content. And he's getting money. He's getting paid.
Ain't crashing out. No, he's sitting in his house recording himself telling his stories, which is what a lot of y'all need to do because you will honestly make more money doing it. The world is interested in y'all's stories, and I'm gonna give you a hint. YouTube will pay you more if your video is longer. So you dropping a 3-minute video where you had to get a video man $3,000 is not as constructive as you talking to the camera for 30 minutes.
Crazy.
And again, bro, them people watch social media. It's FBI agents who getting $50 an hour somewhere probably just to watch YouTube, just to watch y'all Instagram. And some of y'all even still on Facebook, bro. I don't get it. I know the YNs don't listen, but I'm not just saying this for fun. All right, but that's all I got for today, man. I'll see y'all next time.
Sheesh, what do y'all think about that, YouTube? Do you want to be a rapper, gangster, or gangster rapper? Or just live your life in the middle? Shit, let me know in the comments. I'm out. Peace.